stay until we soothe our soul. If it takes all that long.
The others.
Not a heroin addict.
Woo, woo, woo! Foot on the brakes.
Woo.
Welcome, welcome, boys and girls, children of all ages, woodchucks, poofties, hoofties, chuckettes, bung-eyed heifers. You're all welcome here. And to another episode of It's News to Us. We're Newport, Vermont, Children's TV News. What just new? Who knew, brown cat? We got adult themes, adult language.
Like me today.
Yeah, Mac likes you on Faceplace.
Yes.
And today is Russian edition. That's right. Ochichornia, Deistrasnia, Oh Bologna, oh we're going to bomb you. We're going to send President Puto to wrestle the bears. And all you will have left is a pile of hair. Oh, man.
That was fabulous.
Yeah, we'll send Kerry over to rag at him.
He offered him $1 billion.
Yeah,
that went far.
Forbes, Kerry.
They owe the Russians $15 billion, and their nut is $35 billion.
Yeah, they're broke. You know, you think Russia's bad. Wait till the IMF gets a hold of you, mofos. International
EU's offering
mofos.
$5.
You know what's going to happen to them? No more food stamps.
Angela Merkel's going to broker a deal, thank God.
Yeah, Angela Merkel, they're going to lend them money. I mean, what the, you know? And then you get fiscal prudence and austerity, and and that's really going to help.
Hats off to John Brennan again for making oodles and oodles of dough on Monday on the Dow. Buy short, start a crisis, make bread. So,
yeah?
Yep, that's how that worked.
You think they do that?
60 CIA agents and 40 German assistants assisted in the Civil War. So it takes 100 people to overthrow a country if they're any good.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, they did such a great job when the Soviet Union collapsed, they didn't even know it.
Russia never collapsed. That was a myth. They wanted to cheer up Reagan because he had such a slow year.
Yeah, they screwed up in '79, too, when they went rolling into Afghanistan. They didn't know that till they crossed the bridge. But anyways, last Friday, Andy, what do I see on the newsstand? We, being the state of Vermont, made a, white balance. Wow.
It's very white.
Very, very white.
Extremely white. Yeah. All you want is the red and blue thing anyway.
Well, actually.
Well, the lines underneath it. The word.
There you go, Patty. Excellent.
Call to arms.
Looky there. Thank you, Patty. Thanks to our engineer. Yeah. Vermont, called to arms in a Vermont heroin epidemic.
Well, you know.
Oh, yeah.
It's a good price.
We know what they're doing in there, said the snoopy neighbor Victoria, otherwise known as Gladys Kravitz. Abner! I know what they're doing in there. Abner!
Is that Dennis the Menace?
Bewitched.
Oh.
And
God.
Yeah. Anyways,
that was
we
a
know
horrid movie.
Absentee landlords. No, it was a series where Gladys was always. Yeah, the movie always sucks. It's like shopping at the Grand Union, she said. In and out, in and out, in and out. Sounds more like the Happy Ending Club.
That would be down in Barrie.
Williston, I think. Or Essex, whatever.
Whatever they keep.
But anyways, and here they got a picture of the nosy neighbor right here. So if you want to throw eggs at the neighbors, feel free, like Justin Bieber. And it's funny that they mention in here too, Andy. It says, one of the galvanizing events occurred in September 2012 when a man was inhaling gas from an aerosol can while driving on city streets. Actually, it was cleaner, keyboard cleaner.
He was inhaling?
Yeah.
He was huffing?
The police say he passed out with his foot on the accelerator and plowed into a bank of parked cars. Is that going to come through on the?
We'll sound really big.
Is that going to come through on the
like we're
program,
the
Patty?
Of the earth. Oh, God! Now I don't know if I can hear myself.
Yeah. So the police say he passed out with his foot on the accelerator, plowed into a bank of cars at 80 miles an hour, killing Carly Farrow, 17, a high school student who was leaving work. Funny, Andy.
And he lived?
You know what? Yeah, of course he lived. He had an airbag. She didn't. funny, you know what they omitted, Andy?
He was drinking a lot.
They omitted the fact that they were throwing beer cans out of the van and into the bushes. We wouldn't want to mention alcohol as the underlying factor, now would we?
You always want to mention that.
Well, damn it, if it's a factor in the case, I would think it's probably germane, as they say in town hall.
Yes, indeed.
But anyways.
You have to be drinking a lot to survive an 80-mile-an-hour crash.
You got to be drinking a lot to live in Rutland. Anyways, and get this. The police department, for example, faced, as in plural, or used to, faced allegations of officer misconduct, including watching pornography at work. Well, funny, Andy. You know how we are with our, with our penchant for facts and stuff like that? Well, we still have the allegations of the Rutland pigs, and thank you, Patty, watching pornography at work is but one mere small cog in that great, greasy, grimy wheel down there.
It's homework.
Yeah.
You need to know what criminals are thinking about.
Yeah.
So,
top officials in the Rutland failed to act on evidence that a veteran officer stole money, engaged in racial profile, and had sexual relations with female informants. This is from Wednesday, January 1st paper. It reads like cops gone wild, said, anyway. So among the allegations, an Officer Todd, the guy who's now working for the state police, Officer Todd, civil suit is former Sergeant John Johnson stole $1,200 from Price Chopper. And Rutland Lieutenant Kevin Guino sometimes smelled of booze while on duty and at crime scenes. He once showed up at the firing range smelling of booze and accidentally discharged his weapon. Former Officer Frank Post, along with Johnson, used racially offensive language in Todd's presence, because Todd's black. Both Johnson and Post engaged in sexual activity with women while at work. No action was taken when the mother of one woman complained to officials about Post's inappropriate conduct with her daughter. Johnson was also accused by Rutland Patrolman Craig Hunt of arranging to have a crime investigation on a black person who sued the department for profiling. Oh, yeah. These are excellent cops who are trying to tackle a serious drug problem in Rutland. Yeah, it sounds like they got a pig problem, and the pigs have a problem with alcohol, which is liquid heroin. Oh, there goes the guy's hand. He'll never point again. But anyways, that's the backstory for Rutland. And another thing about Rutland, too, Andy, is they don't want to have any dispensaries, just like Newport, Andy.
Yeah, they don't.
No, yet. It's just insane. Many people, now here's the problem right here. Never mind that our schools are producing, maybe a third of the kids who can't read or write or do any math. That's not a factor in the problem, right, Andy?
No.
Many believe that part of the drug problem lies in the high conversion rate of single-family homes into multi-unit rentals, just like in North Troy.
That's clever.
And everywhere else. The only reason they got rid of that crap going on here in Newport was the mayor and the city council got smart and wrote in the zoning that you had to have 2 parking spaces for every one apartment. So that cut down on that without any charges of discrimination, if you know what I mean.
Clever.
Yeah. The police say that such units can be breeding grounds for drugs because of a well-established network, mostly of young women who live in them and play host to out-of-town drug dealers. The dealers can make quick money by buying junk in New York and Springfield for $6 a bag and selling it here for $30. About $2 million is trafficked every week in Vermont. Well, man, how much could the state get in taxes if it were legal, Andy?
A lot.
A lot?
A lot.
Enough for treatment?
Grow your own poppies.
Yeah.
Grow your own poppies, just an opinion.
That's it. The alkaloids is better for you. You don't need a needle or nothing.
Legalize everything.
If you're a guy from New York, you can come here with 500 bags of heroin, sell it, and sleep with 3 different women before you go home the next day, sent Chief Barker. Ruff, ruff, ruff.
Sounds like a fun time to me.
Yeah.
It's hard to tell them not. Don't do that.
No.
Do not make, what was it, 500 bags, he said?
Yeah.
And you make what?
Oh, I don't know.
So you make $25 a bag?
You know, the key is you have your kids under the bed.
You make like a crazy amount of money and you have a lot of sex.
Yeah, you have the kids under the bed, like in Mexico, and they go through the pockets of the guy who's, having fun with mommy. And,
what a bummer.
Yeah.
Well, I think they have motive to do that stuff.
Yeah. Anyways, we've got some do-gooders here called Project Vision, Project Vision, another their grant-sucking chair warmers, they intend, just like JP. Speaking of which, we're supposed to, 3 weeks till the big airplane factory comes, Andy.
Yay! Enormous amount of plane building will go on.
Rudat's coming. They want to reduce the number of blighted homes in the target zone from 15 from 21 by rehabbing or raising 6 of them. That means tearing them down, boys and girls.
With a Z.
Yeah. 2/3 of the homes are multi-unit apartments. Never mind, we got homeless people sleeping in their shoes. They want to tear down the apartment buildings that could house them. We're from Vermont. We're stupid.
We want our homeless to leave.
Yeah, we want the homeless to keep moving. Unbelievable. In buying back properties and having non-profit groups restore them and resell them to owners who would live in them. Now, here's the underlying problem, boys and girls, and what they don't say in here is how come the banks give money to these slumlords to rehab these things and then rent them out to welfare mothers at $1,000, $1,200 a month, yet the banks won't lend any money to the welfare mothers and their boyfriends or husbands or whatever, and to have a mortgage on a house that they could pay only $350, $450, $550 a month in mortgage payments. Why don't they lend the money to the people, Andy?
Because they don't get to make as much money doing that.
Yeah, no state aid workers, no grant-sucking chair warmers, no this agency, no that agency.
They're loaning it out at $1,000 a month instead of $300 a month. That's $700 more a month.
That's insane, man.
So,
it's just insane.
Not as insane as Obama's budget, $3.9 trillion based on an income of $1.5 trillion. So how does that work?
Well,
and the interest payments alone are $252 billion.
It's funny you mention that, Andy, because I was watching one of these specials on Democracy Now!, democracynow.org, and they were saying that for every $1 they print, it generates $5 in debt.
Well,
and it's a debt-based economy. Without debt, money isn't worth anything. That's
an interesting stat. How did they arrive at that one?
Well, I didn't get any quotations or connotations.
Every dollar they print, they dig a $5 hole. Okay.
Yeah, speaking of bows, here it is.
Obama said the deficit is at a 60-year high for dropping.
Well, here's the thing.
60-year high for being low.
Yeah, and it's the lowest it's been since Eisenhower was president.
But it's all, smoke and or mirrors.
Oh, yeah, it's the accounts.
Because basically he wants to spend 4 when he gets 1.5 in.
But we got to put people to work.
He's making up 2.1.
Here's the thing. You've got to pay people. You either pay them to work or you pay them to sit at home. But if you don't pay them, that means nobody's working, nobody's doing anything, nobody's making any money. Our grandparents and our parents learned this in the last damn depression. You idiots!
So who hires the most people in America? The defense budget people.
Oh, yeah.
The defense budget pays for more workers than anyone, but they want to cut that back. So how's that going to work?
Well, but here's the thing. You build
$400 billion?
You build a tank, there's $50 million for nothing. I mean, it doesn't do any good. If you fix the roads and bridges, you put all these people to work and you have something to show for it.
If you build a tank, you can sell it to the Saudis, who then give you the cash for it.
Yeah.
And the tank builders make $50, $60 an hour. And are the only fools that go out to restaurants and actually give that waitress a tip.
Well,
and we are a service-based economy, thanks to Wilbur Clinton, who turned us into menials.
And it started with Reagan.
Well,
Yeah. And
Start with Eisenhower.
well, no,
Wussy.
we didn't see the factories leave
Wussy.
until the 70s.
Yeah,
and
but
80s.
he didn't he should have infrastructured then.
Yeah.
He should have started then.
Well, our roads are
With
falling apart.
superhighways.
You have to replace a bridge every 30 years. I mean, come on. Let's do it.
Yeah, well.
And, you know, and the same with the water and sewer programs. We got water pipes and sewer pipes popping all the time. We have a 100-year-old system in our village. It's like, what the hell? But anyways, there's plenty of booze at J Peak, and they had to pull an ad because of the...
How funny is that?
at the request of the liquor control.
There's such poor taste all the time. They finally got called on a little of it.
Yeah. It featured the voiceover of a 9-year-old girl. The Vermont group said linked children drinking alcohol and children. Yeah, okay. Let's see. The liquor control asked J Peak to edit the ad, remove the reference to drinking tram ale while at J Peak. And he talked to marketing vice president Steve Wright. Wright said he voluntarily agreed to edit the ad.
Whoa, that boy gonna last.
Oh, yeah. Stinger said they never implied that children should drink beer. Oh, no, we're incredibly strict here about who we serve and what we serve. Yeah.
Children should marry and have children. That's
Brothers
what
and
children
sisters.
should do here. If you're 14, look for a husband, not a beer.
Oh, man.
Come on. get
Yeah,
with
we're
it.
incredibly strict. Yeah, Billy, how come those kids died, guys died in the snowbank a couple of years ago? Oh, yeah. You served them real good, didn't you? The ads feature Wright's 9-year-old daughter, a regular in the advertising campaigns. It urges J Peak to relive new moments. As stick drawings, and it shows a 40-year-old woman unzipping herself so her inner child can emerge. I thought it was an abortion ad.
Oh, really?
Either that or for a cesarean section. A few
Strippers from space.
A few seconds in one TV ad features a pie-eyed snowman surrounded by, empty beer cans. The radio and print ad raise questions about the appropriateness of childlike drawings in a kid's voice to mention consuming alcohol.
They're trying to be funny. It's hard to be funny.
Of course.
Comedy is not easy.
Yeah, it sure isn't. The ad campaign reflects Ponzi Peak's brand, which is irreverent, authentic, unrefined, and unapologetic.
Soviet looking.
Yeah, we're
It's like a Soviet
unapologetic.
apartment building up there.
Yeah. Where we bring in
And the lights are
Mexican.
bad and the service is odd. And
Oh, sure.
your poor people are suffering enormously up there.
Oh, yeah. You work a week, maybe next week, maybe not. Go home, come back. You got to come to work, and then we'll tell you if there's any work. And it's just insane, man. It's just nuts, but that's okay. It's Ponzi Peak. Oh, and look what else I got in the
Tram ale. Do they have money involved in tram ale?
You think? I bet they do. And look what I got, Andy. Again, yeah. Oh, yeah. Look we put a real key on here, too,
You're
because...
just bitter because you never win.
Yeah, I'm going to get a free car. Look, Pierre.
Well, if you scratch it and see, you might
It's
have.
got my name on it. All I have to do is go down there and get the high-pressure ad, and I might get a free car, too. It says right here how to play and everything,
Well,
know?
did you? Get out a penny, man.
It's got a Jake with my name on it right here. Look, how did they print that with my name on it, Jake? It's unbelievable. Look at it.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
How they do that?
How they do that?
It's miraculous.
If they must know me, huh, Jacques?
I think they do.
Yeah, I think they know me,
They
you
can
know.
see you coming.
And speaking of crap in a suit, crap in a suit, here he is right here.
You don't hear this. He'll watch it later and go, damn.
Oh, man. Here he is, a turd in a suit. Yeah, that's right. McNeil, McCuckoo, and Wingnut. Yeah, we'll help Burlington Telecom hide that money. And, because we're lawyers in love, and we don't care. We don't
They're
have
clever.
to.
If they steal this money, that means they've gotten away with a giant theft.
Yeah, because this is who we work
Lots
for.
of cash
Every year, look in your town.
10 million, there's
town
some big
report.
money. 15, 16,
18.
9.
Yeah, the Vermont League of Cronies and Tyrants. That's right.
Been 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years.
You pay for you saps to...
At least 6. 6
you know.
years of getting away with stealing millions.
Yeah, and here's the law firm right here. McNeil, McCuckoo, and Wingnut. That's right, PC LLC. If we're not screwing each other in the law firm, we're screwing you.
Well, they're getting millions doing it.
Yep, Burlington Telecom.
We got 2 prosecutors in the state that even have 3-digit IQs, and they're obsessed with being governor.
And here it is. It's funny, in that ad, when they show that slippery lawyer, thanks, Patty, they don't mention anything, but a few days earlier, they actually did, Andy. And guess what they put in the emails?
Bad things.
Yeah. It said, a court document projected on the wall hinted at the broader risk. In an email between the legal team led by Bill Ellis of McNeil, McCuckoo, and Wingnut, Loophole wrote that state regulators were seemingly unaware of the Condition 60 violation and that we should let sleeping dogs lie.
That's a really good legal argument.
Yeah.
Let the sleeping dogs lie, let bygones. The cow's done left the barn.
We're breaking the law.
You know.
So what? You know, those saps are going to pay for it. You know, they're so stupid in Burlington, they'll vote for gun laws.
Yeah, what they can't see, they can't pee on. You know, that stuff.
Yeah. They omitted posting a $19.8 million in expenditures that clearly would have signaled the telecom's financial distress and regulatory violations.
You'd
but
think.
Hey, you know who's on the PSB, Andy?
I have no idea. Probably Peter Welch's old lady.
Yeah, exactly. God, what a memory that guy has.
She didn't do any of this.
Yeah.
She's going to rubber stamp it maybe, but
You
she
think?
didn't do it.
No, of course not.
No,
there's no ethics violations here.
There's no law against ethics violations. That's the problem.
That's right.
You can be ethically wrong.
And here we are. Look at this girl. Look at her eyes, Andy. Look at the pupils.
I think she's hot. What's wrong with you? She killed people?
Yeah.
Ooh, that makes me even hotter. Ooh, she stabbed somebody.
Yeah.
Rock and roll, girl.
I think I stabbed somebody. You know, we were drinking vodka all day long, and I woke up and I'm covered with blood, and I got the knife and it's sticking out of his chest.
He's probably a prick, you know.
My lawyer
Does
said
that ever come into it? What a wanker he might have been?
The cops mentioned
He
suicide.
stabbed himself. They were partying, dude.
Yeah.
He made some threats. He stabbed himself, even
And she
out of
said
remorse.
she wanted to kill and eat a 16-year-old girl, too, according to an after date.
I've been wanting to be a cannibal for a while. You know, it's there. It's out there. It could solve some problems.
Get some
Jonathan
ham, people.
Swift.
Try the ham. If you like the ham, you'll like people.
I think people would be much better than ham.
Yeah, let's
you
see.
could make some teen bacon that would just be sad.
She sent a text to her ex. The ex text said, I want to live, but to do that in peace, I want you dead. I want nothing more in my life than to see your blood flowing on the ground. Okay.
Sounds like she knows what she wants.
And
It's like premeditation.
yeah, you think? Well, that's her ex. That wasn't the one she was living with, see?
Oh.
Yeah. It's this
He
time.
still lives.
Yeah. She was drinking vodka with Tony Goslet in Marsville. Now, who wants to live in Marsville? I mean, it's like the
They have
gateway
a
to
decent restaurant
Rutland.
there.
Not anymore.
They have art
Oh, yeah,
supplies.
that's right. I'm sorry. I was thinking of Hardwick. Anyways,
They're done.
she says, most girls want to go to school and better themselves. You know what I want to do? What, said Goslet. I want to kill somebody like a 16-year-old girl and then eat them after. Mm-mm.
You know, Hannibal Lecter, man, he has his fan base. There are people, they're acolytes.
Yeah.
They're influenced by the films.
How many dead deer you think they found at Santa's Land, Andy?
Oh, a bunch. Couple. One. No.
Well, let's see.
All the ones that were still there.
It's between 10 and 20.
Okay. 4.
16. 16 dead deer at Satan's Land.
Okay.
Okay, bring the kids.
Did they break in and die?
No, they found a dead pot-bellied pig and a dead pheasant, too. Now, that's a waste of good meat, Andy.
Yeah, it is.
Oh,
you can
man.
still eat it. Depends on how brave you are.
Yeah, and the owner,
gamey it might be.
the owner, Lillian Billowicz, was cited to appear in court. They got civil tickets. And on her faceplace page, she said she'd contacted a veterinarian soon after the death of the first animal and that all appropriate lab work was done to rule out disease.
So what, there was suicide?
Oh, yeah. The harshness of the winter has taken its toll, but please be assured that all the animals are being fed, watered, and sheltered appropriately. Neither the caretaker nor myself have been arrested. Well, of course not. You can't get arrested for killing somebody in this state. You got a little bit of weed, though, you're going to get busted.
I hope not.
Oh, yeah. It's that miracle ounce. Remember,
So
we
it's that
decrimmed it.
suicide.
Yeah.
So these deer killed themselves?
The deer committed suicide. Neither
Were
the
they
kid.
near a tub? Near
Yeah.
a toaster?
Yeah.
People. People.
You gotta put a GFI in.
Put a
right?
GFI in. You don't. Them deer, they like to take them baths. They don't know about toasters and televisions.
Billowitz
They're
will
deer.
be allowed to keep the remaining animals, which include donkeys, ponies, and goats, after a veterinarian established a feeding and care plan.
What's that
Okay.
drug, that anti-diabetes drug that makes you want to kill it? Check their meds.
Them damn deer. Yeah, you know, and here we are. There's Mark Larson. Yeah, oh, that Vermont Health
John's
Connect.
on the cover.
Working really good. Oh, yeah.
What's he?
It's also immediate, so rather than a drawn-out process, you know, which included being sent an invoice and sending a check, which had to be routed from Vermont to Nebraska, home to the company handling the premium payments for Vermont Health Connect. Now, why are they sending business to Nebraska, Patty?
Because it's far? I'm not Patty.
Yeah, you think? I mean, what the hell? You couldn't put Vermonters to work with Vermont Health Connect?
Well,
Oh,
you
no.
know.
Hell no.
What? You mean the Obama thing's a mess?
Yeah.
Oh, surprise.
Well, the whole thing's a mess. You get insurance out of health care. How's that? And here's another one. Yeah, oh yeah, Vermont, we're moving right along. Our House is working to strengthen conflict of interest rules. Oh, sure. Yeah. Campbell, Senate President pro tempore John Campbell, geezer from Windsor, wasn't ready to jump on the Code of Ethics bandwagon. I didn't know there was a problem. You can't vote on anything where you have a special interest. I know there have been several times where senators have stood up and recused themselves. Oh, sure, Campbell. Oh, sure. Just like that Pete the Moose legislation, you know, where they took the money from, the Pete the Moose guy and then they slipped it in on a rider and got it out the back door. Oh, yeah, they all recused
I
themselves.
was proud of that. I thought that was clever work.
You jackasses.
No, you know,
Oh, man.
bending the rules, man. It's what
And-
you're supposed to do to them.
And look at this lady, Andy. It's a problem property. They're making this lady move, and with her kids, Haheem and Raheem, because they attacked a cop, and they blame it on the property. It's a problem property. Oh, really?
I think that's clever.
Was it an Indian burial ground or something?
They need to use that one more.
Yeah. T.J. Donovan said, I think we solved the problem to a large degree because the problem seemed to emanate from the property. And I think the children are in different locations, Donovan said. From my perspective, it was clear that Mrs. Kirkland could not control these kids, and it became an issue of public safety, and I took order to rectify that, and we took certain steps to achieve that goal, and we were successful in achieving that. So we're going to send the problem, not the problem people, we're going to get rid of them, the people, and then we're going to put new people into a problem property, and then we're going to see if they turn into a problem. Yeah, here it is. Clears the close on town meeting day. That's right. It's a depression. You know, when nobody's got any money, nobody goes to the restaurants.
That's true.
Damn it.
Oh, and the food sucks, too.
I've never been there. I'll have to take your word for it.
Sometimes, I don't know. We try to, be nice, but it's hard. It really is.
I mean, I've got low expectations. All I want is it hot and, maybe not that bad, not cafeteria food, that
We've been
kind
out
of
of
stuff.
the business how many years, Patty? 5, 6? I still get requests. Please come back. 8 years. Oh, my Lord.
Wow. And look
well.
guess who was in town, Andy? The
Who?
drug czar.
Oh, that's just a non-job anymore, really.
Yeah, and they asked him about weed. You know what he said, Andy?
It's bad.
No
I'm sure.
comment.
Yeah, he said no comment. He
said
got that
no
far.
comment. At least he's that smart, you idiot. Oh, yeah.
He's not towing the 1927 DuPont line.
Oh, yeah, we had an overdose in the Northeast Kingdom, the far reaches of the kingdom.
A dope overdose?
A dope overdose in rural Sutton.
Dope.
Narcan brought that person back from the jaws of life, said Esperance. And Kurlikowski, a former Seattle police chief, made similar remarks about using Narcan. Kurlikowski said it's critical education, prevention, reading young people, blah, blah, blah. We've got a group of very young people who are very naive about very heroin, and we don't very begin to recognize the very deadly, very addictive principles around very heroin.
Very heroin?
Yeah, they don't believe that they'll become drug users, and of course that's what happens. Oh, okay, just take your speed, boys and girls. You know, sit down, shut up, and take your speed.
No one can cope with this stuff. We don't have the means mentally anymore.
There's no future, okay? There's no future. When the best thing you can
no
look
future.
forward, the best thing you could look forward to as a kid is having a minimum wage job. You know, I mean, come on.
You can do what you want.
Even with college, I know you and I know that
Jiminy
because
Cricket,
we're older.
man. Come on, Pinocchio. What happened to you?
Yeah, look.
Believe in stuff.
Well, I did. There's plenty
Disney's
of
all
opportunities
perverse and pedophilic, but
if you're willing to break the law.
The old stuff.
And here we are, female genital mutilation. That's right.
Well, that's an ancient problem in Africa.
Whoa, get this. These are Somalis. These are like the girls that they brought over here. We got a whole boatload of them in Burlington.
A boatload?
Yeah.
Is that how you measure them now?
Yeah. All
How
15
many Somalis
girls
fit in a boat?
All 15 girls sitting opposite the boys had undergone SUNA, the removal of the clitoris and labia minora. They all said it was the right thing to do.
Well, you know.
Yeah.
It's a cultural thing, you know. When you have many, many wives, you hope that the ones on the outer banks don't get too horny while you're not around, while you're, you know, so they...
The other form of mutilation known by the Somali teens is sewing the vagina shut until marriage. Everyone agreed that should be ended.
Yeah, at least.
But they'll remove the minora and the little guy in the rowboat. It's like, what the hell?
The little guy in the rowboat. Okay, then.
Yeah.
I hope your children are asleep. Yeah. You don't even want to answer that question. Yeah, isn't that something?
Oh, that's what you got to look for. Didn't your mother tell you anything?
Yeah, my mother explained this to me. Yes, she sat me down on her knee and said, you know, when you engage in oral sex with your future spouse
and don't eat too much or you'll wind up like Michael Douglas.
Wow.
Get this.
What kind of house was it? Okay, then.
And according to Hayat Nasser, a UNICEF official, Iraqi by birth, now a Canadian citizen, told the leaders that they were following a custom first practiced by Egyptians 6,000 years ago, long before Islam was founded.
Well, you know.
So the question you discussed today is why as a Muslim practice, do you employ a pharaohic practice, pharaohs who went to hell because they are kafirs? Yeah, see, you're all going to hell.
That's the N-word in South African. You can't use that.
Well, do you think? But there it is, Andy, right there.
In whose newspaper?
The Burlington Free Press.
That, you know, again, Burlington, you're communist, you're insipid, your tastes run rather shallow, and now you misuse... Domini,
all you kiddies drop.
I hope you're talking about Leopold, because the new guy's still Italian.
Oh, man, no, they brought the old guy out, Andy.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
The new guy's not Italian. I was lying to you all.
Well, what do they say about Argentinians?
You know, they do use Italian a lot. It's a fun language.
They're Portuguese who think they're Italians or something like that.
That's the Brazilians.
Oh, okay. Benedicto denies he was pressured to resign. Yeah.
Argentinians use Italian in their Spanish.
Benedict also defended the decision to continue wearing the white cassock of the papacy, saying there were no other clothes available.
He's just looking for freebies at the Starbucks.
You're in Italy, the fashion capital of the planet, and there's no other clothes to wear? Ugh!
He likes white.
Yeah, bring that little boy over here. You know, what did you say?
I bet you he's a Kanye West fan.
He fell down, and I had to unzip his fly and blow him back up into the box or whatever. Yeah, Benedict made clear from the start of his papacy that it might not end in his death. In the 2010 book, Light of the World, he said, if a pope clearly recognizes he's no longer physically, psychologically, or spiritually capable of handling the duties, he has a right and an obligation to resign.
You know.
It was the first time he and Francis appeared together at a liturgical ceremony and immediately raised questions about whether Benedict might occasionally be reintegrated back into the life of the church. And here we are. Get this,
One
Andy.
racy show. That's all I can say.
Well, no. It's all news. It's news to me. And guess what? You know, I thought about this. You know, I've read the Bible a couple times, right?
I would maybe.
And Jesus says that in the end times, what is it? In the end times, you will be reviled for my name's sake. Now, if
what? Okay.
Yeah, it's right there in the New Testicle.
Okay then? And we'll move on.
Yeah, but I can dig it up for you. But I always wondered about that. You know, why would people be reviled for His name's sake? Well, it's because you people don't get it, and you miss the message. You know, God doesn't hate gays, and Jesus doesn't hate them either. So why do you people hate gay people, and why do you people hate them in Jesus' name? It's nuts, man. Oh yeah, we're going to join Trail Life USA. It's a Christian-based alternative that excludes openly gay boys.
Well, you know.
How do you know if a 8-year-old kid is gay, Andy?
I don't know. You have to ask his mother. The man in the boat thing gets a rise out of him or not.
I mean, really, if they're kids, why don't you just let them be kids?
We're so far off in the deep end.
Hell, man. You know,
I don't even know where.
If and when Jesus does come back, you know, you're all in big trouble.
He's been back.
Yeah?
He lives in New York City in that new building, 57 on Park.
In Trump Towers?
No, there's much better now.
Oh, man, I thought...
right on Central Park, 57th Street.
Oh, man, I thought he lived uptown.
Wow.
Anyways.
Harlem? No, that's where Clinton
And hut! Guess what, Andy?
What?
588 scumbags have been sacked from their positions of trust in the Army.
That's such a tiny number, if you think about it.
Yeah, out of how many meatheads we got in service?
What, 1.5 million?
Yeah.
500,000 in the regular Army.
This is from Thursday's February 27th.
That's 1 out of 100,000.
The Army has disqualified 588 soldiers as sexual assault counselors, recruiters, and drill sergeants from infractions ranging from sexual assault to child abuse to drunken driving. The positions of trust is 10 times higher than the initial number the Army reported after Chuck Hagel ordered the troops in sensitive positions to be screened for previous criminal or unethical behavior.
Thank God for Chuck Hagel getting rid of 588 troopers. They could probably be better used in Afghanistan as fodder for someone's cannon.
Yeah, and speaking of Hagel, here he is right here. Dempsey worries about the effects of the withdrawal talk. You know, it's like you pack it up and leave, okay? We lost. Yep. You know, you tired old alkies, you lost another war.
Beaten by your betters.
Yeah, by a bunch of goat ropers.
Well, you know.
There are parts of the country where it seems to be there's sometimes likelihood to be some accommodations between the Afghan security forces and the Taliban. I think a delay in the it might accelerate those kind of accommodations. I don't think it will be widespread, by the way, but we do have to be alert to that possibility. It's like, what? Huh? This guy, you know, what the hell? We have a pretty clear understanding of at what pace we must progress in order to, if it become necessary, to empty the theater by the end of the year. He said that they're nowhere near the point where they can't make that decision and get everybody out by December 31st. The guy can't even make a complete sentence.
Who, Dempsey?
Yeah.
I like him.
It's
He
like,
ain't bad.
what?
He's better than the dude. Mullen was a total goof. He's a lot better.
Yeah, I guess,
He's
man.
going to
It's,
manage the defeat really well.
it's
He's
the
hanging
least
in there.
bad, you know. And
You don't like him for his epaulets. Because those are Velcroed on. He's a smart guy.
yeah.
You pull those off when you're out in the field. You wear a private's uniform if you're a general in the field.
And look at this. Suicide rate for soldiers increase.
Yeah, well.
1 in 4 has a psychiatric disorder, Andy.
You know, the thing is, the ones that stay at home are dying at an incredibly higher rate than
Yeah.
the ones in the field.
Yeah, that's in here too. It's
Yeah.
insane.
It's 3 times the number as opposed to twice the number. Yeah, it's pretty
It's strained the
unusual.
entire military, not just those in combat, you know. The rate,
Self-esteem issues.
it doubled from to 30 per 100,000, and it's just insane. They say it's from stop loss. 1 in 4 soldiers appears to suffer from at least one psychiatric disorder, and 1 in 10 has multiple disorders. Hey, disorders ready? Come and get it.
You don't think it's a real problem?
No, snap out of it. Get with the program. You're in the friggin' military, okay? Straighten up, fly right. Damn it, I'm sick of these little whining pukes. You think it'll last? How long would they have lasted as a centurion?
I don't know. It's a different world.
Yeah, it's kill or be killed. It's
The
dog
thing-
eat dog.
The thing about Rome that was infinitely better than our civilization is that they didn't have homeless and they didn't have anyone that didn't have a place in life. That
Yeah.
mattered more than anything.
Slaves. Bring back slavery.
Yeah, well, at least slaves knew where they were.
And get this prosecutor that was prosecuting this Brigadier General Blomey. Here's his picture right here.
Generals weasel out of stuff.
Excuse me.
Why they're
it's-
generals.
Yeah, it's Blomey. It's not Blomey, it's Blomey. Brigadier General Blomey, he included physically forcing a female captain to under his command to perform oral sex. And the prosecutor, they found his prosecutor in a hotel room on February 8th, and they said he was drunk and suicidal. He was taken for a mental health evaluation. He was in the midst of a personal crisis. He was crying. He was illogical. I truly believed if he'd stepped in front of a bus, he would have. These are 82nd Airborne, the Screaming Beagles.
Yeah. You hope you never meet one of them.
Oh, man.
You know,
What the hell?
that makes perfect sense to me, what down there. I mean, basically, he met his maker.
He was a rising star among the top battle commanders, and he's fighting charges that could land him in prison for life if
Well, he's
convicted.
weaseling out of it, though, right? Because the prosecutor's a mess. Because he got scared because he met the Screaming Eagles, which, yeah. You don't play with certain groups in the Army, the 101st, the 82nd. You don't mess with the Order of the Dragon or the Deltas. You just don't.
Well, I
They'll
don't
come
know,
get
man.
you.
They're in their hotel room crying away.
That's the prosecutor who was trying to get the guy, right?
Yeah.
That guy was blubbering. Yeah, well, they told him what was going to happen if he won.
And here's Lois
He
Lerner,
got sad.
former head of the IRS, Andy, and guess what?
Pleading the fifth again. She's a smart girl.
She wants immunity in exchange for testimony.
Well, yeah, of course. Because, you know, she has more dirt on Obama than anyone on the planet. So.
You think he pulled a Nixon and said, go after these
Oh,
guys?
absolutely. Yeah.
And, you know,
I mean, look at Rahm Emanuel as mayor of Chicago. If that's not proof enough that these idiots are all gangsters.
I forgot about the old timers. Yeah, you're
God,
right.
Louis Capone financed this big-eared lout.
Yeah.
Okay, Louis Capone, Al Capone's brother. Okay, lots of money got thrown at the Democrats. They bought their way in.
No, you don't think a guy from Chicago would be dirty, do you, Andy?
They're all dirty. You cannot be from Chicago and be clean. Sorry, deep dish pizza. You know? It's not really a pizza.
Remember last year? It's not really pizza. That's right. It's not a taco either. You remember last year we were talking about these helicopters from Kazakhstan, and we had a little article, and I'm sitting there scratching my head saying, what are we doing with Kazakh helicopters,
Because
right?
they rock.
Yeah.
Well, what happened now?
We spent $78 million for 15 choppers, and we got nothing.
Oh yeah, the empty box trick. That's awesome.
It's in box.
Yeah.
Okay. It's
in
easy.
box and fought in. Get in car drive. We'll be back 5 minutes. Need some coffee. Be right back. Leave suitcase with me. It's cold outside.
And there is Yuri Borisov right there. See?
God, rock and roll. And he wants more money probably.
Yeah, he does. They have
We can find helicopters for more money.
It's
Missing in parking lot behind VW bus.
It's easy to screw U.S. military. You just submit
come
invoice
on.
and they pay and pay and pay and pay. Oh, yeah.
$650 billion. You think they all don't lose most of it?
Oh, man, you think? Yeah, we should audit the Pentagon, right, Andy?
Oh, yeah, try that one. See how it go.
This guy's my age. Born in 56, Borisov served in Soviet military for 10 years and launched his aviation companies in early 90s. Avia Baltica is based in Lithuania.
Okay, then.
St. Petersburg Aircraft Repair is headquartered in Russia. In Lithuania, Borisov is well known for flamboyant lifestyle and scandal that led to impeachment in 2004 of Lithuania's president.
So he got
Paksas.
the Lithuanian president kicked out in 2004.
Yeah.
And we still walk up and hand him money.
Yeah, his campaign's top financial backer linked to Russian mob.
You know some hookers.
It's
This
like,
boy got a Rolodex.
if they knew in 2004, what?
It's called, let's lose this money because we will. It's like the whole Ukraine thing. CIA got 100 guys to topple the government,
I
and
find
then
that
they
hard to
sold
believe.
short on Friday, cleaned up on Monday, and then everybody's chill on Tuesday.
Get this, that the feds are examining why an obscure Defense Department acquisition office in Alabama that was run by Colonel Bert Vergez repeatedly championed Yuri Borisov's company despite their dismal record on the contract. And
Because they were going to make, how much money did they steal?
$78 million.
Well, that's a good reason to, I want this man. He's going to give me $30-40 million for nothing.
And Colonel Vergez spent 25 years in uniform and retired from the military.
And I'm going to retire with this $30 million I'm getting under the table.
It's okay.
This
You
is
screw
pretty obvious.
taxpayers. It's like I screw you, you screw me, they screw us. So
how it
what?
works,
It's,
man.
it's good helicopter, no?
This whole Pacific Treaty Obama wants, it's just $1 trillion idea, the same thing.
And Andy, how long have we been asking for common sense knife control on this program?
Well, see, and now 29 people are dead.
29 people dead, and we don't have any
Oh, it's up to 33.
common
Sorry.
sense
Probably
knife
more by now.
control. Damn it.
I think we should get rid of fat people, too.
Oh, get this, man. FBI
It's
uses
falling.
billboards to help find suspected bomber.
Billboard?
Yeah.
Are you the bomber?
Yeah.
Please call this number.
Get this. This guy supposedly blew off a bomb at a nutritional products company in Pleasanton, California, a biotech company in Emeryville. They added his name to the list in 2009. The bombs didn't hurt anyone, and they went off 10 years ago in 2003.
Yeah, and?
And the FBI's just getting to it now?
God, at least they're doing something. Usually they just lie about crap and cover up for mob activities by pretending they didn't really happen. And they dress up in drag and go out to seedy bars in Georgetown.
That's it. It's right. It's true. Democracy for sale to highest bidder. Is okay. You send in international monetary
Democracy is
fund.
an obsolete dream.
Man. Yeah, and here it is right here. I dug this one out because
Not even into it.
this is a blast from the past. FBI allowed informants to commit 5,600 crimes.
Including murdering my sister. We can move on, right?
It's insane. Yeah, look, let me briefly go over this. This is from August 5th, because they had this big thing on the takedown of Whitey Bulger on 60 Minutes, Andy.
Oh, God.
They fooled him into going down to his locker and grabbed him.
Yeah, that's how it worked.
Yeah, public enemy number one. They authorized 15 crimes a day, everything from buying and selling illegal drugs to bribing government officials and plotting robberies.
And murder.
Yeah, and murder, yeah.
Like my sister in 2006.
Oh, and then crimes authorized by the FBI certainly make up a tiny fraction of the total number of offenses committed by informants for state and federal agencies every year. The FBI was responsible for only 10% of the criminal cases prosecuted in federal court, and vastly outnumbered by other criminal
FBI is directly
cases.
responsible for providing the people who committed 10% of all federal crime.
They allow you
That's
to
a
commit
job.
crime.
That's job security.
Yeah, and you get paid.
Have a good one, Toddster.
Take it
And
easy.
you, Kevin. Cheer up.
It's going to be okay. It's true.
Everything will be fine.
But there it is. This is from last August paper. But yeah, sure.
Last August.
Yeah, we need
We need to get rid of that paper.
we need more informants, Andy, don't we?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
That would bring up, if you paid more informants, there'd be more informants making money and tipping waitresses.
Yeah, according to a police affidavit, Maxfield called 911 shortly before 1 a.m. Said Cafferty, described as her boyfriend, was lying dead on a floor in her home and she was covered with blood. Later told police she suffered from a mental illness.
That's the same hot chick we already talked about. It's
Yeah.
a different paper.
It was denied bail.
She deserves bail.
And here we are.
She just looks sad but
And
hot.
it looks like IBM's going to puke out some more employees again, Andy.
Well,
and
that's-
keep that on Patty.
Yeah.
And here it is right here.
$1 billion restructuring. If you watch Fox, you'd know that.
And here is IBM's Watson getting the Volksmedal from the Führer in 1937. Right there, Mr. Watson.
So,
And they get to dump two
our President W and HW's,
bought Hitler.
yes, they paid for him. They created him. Yes, your FDR, when he taxed the rich, what did the rich do? They went to Europe and bought Hitler instead.
Yeah, it
So
was,
there.
was a good
So
investment.
taxing the rich will get you a new Hitler. Think about that, Obama.
IBM's discharged 265 pounds of nickel, 36 pounds of lead, 2 pounds of cadmium, 184 pounds of chromium every single day, right into the same water that they pull out and give to Burlington people to drink.
They're just investing in the future.
Oh, yeah.
Because the people will mine that chromium and stuff in the thousands, zillion years. It'll be worth a lot of money.
Oh, man. Yeah, it's just insane.
You know how it go.
Yeah, IBM, no word on whether they contacted the state regarding the cuts, Andy.
Today's sewer, tomorrow's archaeological dig.
It's insane.
Pompeii's washing away because the Italians don't know how to keep Italy clean.
Oh, man, yeah, they don't know how to run a drain system, I
No,
guess.
not-
The ancient
the
Romans did, yeah.
They should use those.
And here's our senators, Andy, and guess what they're doing on our behalf?
They're treason. They're treasonous dorks.
They're
What are they doing?
weasels. They're involuntary Medicaid. Call up Senator Stupid and say, what the hell are you people doing?
I don't know which one that is.
Oh, they're all stupid. Take your pick. The majority voted to give preliminary approval to a bill that would eliminate restrictions on when petitions to involuntary Medicaid patients can be filed once requests have been submitted, sets out circumstances under which the court could agree to speed up the timeline for requests to involuntarily medicate people, eliminates the automatic stay on decisions allowing involuntary medication, and but provides that family court could allow delays while cases are under appeal.
Cool.
Oh, okay. Oh, we think human rights issues are very, very important, said McCulloch, the director of the Mental Health Law Project of Vermont Legal Aid, another grant-sucking chairwarmer. But these changes would undermine the civil rights of the state's most seriously ill psychiatric patients. Oh, yeah! It's nuts, it's nuts, it's nuts. And here we are. Weed needs study. Finally, we're going to get some weed study, Andy.
No, it doesn't. We
Yeah.
all know it's cool. Let it go.
Well,
We need study.
if they'd allow us to study it, we'd find out all the other good stuff that's in it.
We
but
know everything about it.
You know,
we know
we-
all the good stuff.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
We
We've
wanna-
known since forever it's awesome.
yeah, but the kids won't believe it until you put it on paper, and then unless they're forced
the
to.
kids don't think weed's any good at all. They're like, oh no.
Doctors call for more studying of marijuana to treat seizures. This is from Tuesday, March 4th. A medical group of epilepsy experts on Monday called for the federal government to reconsider classifying weed as a dangerous drug, so its impact on seizures could be studied.
5 minutes.
Because thanks, Patty, it's classified currently as a Schedule 1 drug, right up there with heroin and stuff, because we're stupid, and it's weed, and you know, we had the big Mexican scare in the 30s, so we had to make it illegal right before Roosevelt, right after Roosevelt got sworn in.
30s?
Yeah, 1937.
27 they outlawed the stuff.
37.
37?
37, yeah.
Well, it was DuPont. It was because he wanted hemp out of the way.
Yeah, just like
nylon.
That cartoon.
Nylon needed a market. That's simple.
The American Epilepsy Society comes as a British pharmaceutical company scheduled to begin tests of an anti-epilepsy drug derived from weed with the THC removed.
Oh, God.
And parents are flocking to Colorado to try a strain of weed they says has helped some children with seizures. The group had previously warned against using weed to treat epilepsy, but its latest statement does not contain that advice. What?
It's good for them.
Oh, yeah, well, we're stupid.
Weed is awesome for epileptics.
And 11 children forced to sleep in cages in Toledo, Ohio by their adopted parents reached a $2 million settlement with the county where 3 of them lived before they were placed in a home outfitted with wire and wood enclosures. Where's the kids? They're in the coop. Now, you can't make this up. The agreement,
Ohio, what do you expect?
Yeah, likely close a series of lawsuits that came in. The children were taken out of the home in 2005. Yeah, 8 years later. Okay, then.
But they got their money?
Yeah, not yet.
Oh, well.
Cancer Factory, more layoffs. Yeah, there they are. IBM, sure, you know, it stands for I've been murdered. What? Yeah, polluting? You what? No.
So you want them to stay?
No.
You want them to go?
Get the hell out. Either that or clean up. Clean up their act.
No, well, that ain't happening.
Oh, man.
Cleaning is not really financially feasible at this time.
Yeah, fighters returning from Syria radicalized. Yeah, right. Saudi Arabia continues to support opposition groups in Syria with weapons and other aid.
Saudis are going to Syria. Like, this is news?
Oh, yeah.
Surprise?
But I guess, you know, we don't care because
they're going home angry
stupid.
And pissed off at the worthless royal family?
Yeah, look at the welfare bumps and dish dashes. Yeah, it looks like the Carlsbad facility is leaking radiation, but that's okay. You know, it's clean, safe, and reliable.
It's leaking downhill.
Yeah, oh, it's okay.
Into the Earth's core. It will awaken Godzilla.
And Chinese have been using racial slurs to describe the U.S. envoy. You know what the racial slur was, Andy?
What?
Rotten banana.
They're calling him a rotten banana.
They called Gary Locke a rotten banana and a guide dog for the blind and a plague.
They're funny.
Their acute loathing toward the first Chinese American to have been Washington's top envoy in Peking. Locke won.
They don't want no Chinese Americans. They want a white boy. It's like we don't want some rehashed version of ourselves. We want to see one of you fat old turds.
We want
one of them huts.
We want Nixon, man.
Yeah, bring up something with jowls.
And what did my dad always say, Andy?
I don't know. I never met him.
He says, keep your name out of the papers and never get in a car with a Kennedy. And here it is. Jury acquits Kerry Kennedy of drug driving in New York.
Well, at least he got acquitted.
Yeah, she sideswiped a truck. She went on a hell ride and a wild highway drive. She said she didn't remember.
Well, obviously.
You know who her husband is, Andy?
A Kennedy?
Andrew Cuomo.
Oh, God.
Governor Mealy Mouth.
Governor's old lady got popped for almost DUI.
Yeah. They said the 54-year-old Kennedy took the sleeping drug unintentionally, mistaking it for her daily thyroid medication before heading off to her gym on July 13th.
That happens all the time.
Happens to me all the time. You know, they look so much alike, Andy, you know.
I see a pill there.
Yeah, one pill, two pill, blue pill, red pill, and here's
crush it up in my burrito.
And here's all the Tibetan, the Buddhists. They're up there breeding gerbils. Yeah, there they are.
The Dalai Lama.
The Dalai Lama's breeding gerbils.
He's such a hideous bore.
Yeah. And,
yeah, Hamas outlawed by Egypt. So the Arabs eating each other's young.
And I don't get to go over the thing with Vicky Strong. I mean, my God, people, really? So once again...
complicated, man.
Oh, yeah, let's go over the drugs that used to be legal. Here we are, right here. Yep.
They're all legal at some point in their history.
Coca wine, that used to be legal. And here's some more cocaine wine. And once again, you've wasted a perfectly good hour of your life watching this stupid show. And hopefully next week, and last but not least, here it is, heroin. That's right, heroin, over the counter.
Get you some.
And hopefully, Allahu Akbar. We'll see you next week. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar.
Bye-bye.
Allahu Akbar.
We're gonna stay until we soothe our soul. If it takes all that long. Come on and let the good times roll. We're gonna stay until we soothe our soul. If it takes all that long. The evening sun is sinking low. The clock on the wall says it's time to go. But I got my plans and I got plans for you. I'll tell you exactly what we're all gonna do. Get in the groove and let the good times roll. We're gonna stay until we soothe our soul. If it takes all night long. Come on and let the good times roll. We're gonna stay until we soothe our soul. If it takes all night long. Listen, might be 12 o'clock and it might be 3.